brand's online presence is everything. It's how your customers and clients find you, begin to develop trust in you, and maybe even purchase from you. But what happens when somebody steps into your spotlight by using an infringing brand online? Or even worse, if you get hit with a takedown notice that threatens to pull your business completely offline. If you're on either side of the issue, you obviously have legal concerns and you may be thinking the only remedy you have is to go to court. Let's talk about how to protect your brand from online infringement without even stepping foot inside a courtroom. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I'm Faith Minton, an attorney on a mission to simplify brand protection for entrepreneurs and business owners so that they can better understand their legal rights. On this channel, you'll find tons of free, easy to understand, and practical insight about trademarks to help you get a better sense of how to protect yourself and to stay on the right side of the law. And today's topic is something that I know lots of people who own businesses are worried about, dealing with online infringement of their trademarks. But here's the good news. You don't always have to go straight to court in order to resolve these problems. You can actually get infringing brands and trademarks removed from the web without going to court by using the takedown procedures offered by many internet platforms. And that sounds amazing, right? Save money, save time, less stress. But these takedown procedures are not as straightforward as they seem. But let's start with the basics. What is a takedown procedure? Most large online platforms, whether it's e-commerce sites like Amazon, social media platforms like Instagram, or even hosting services like GoDaddy, have built-in mechanisms that allow trademark owners to report what they believe to be infringement of their trademarks. And once those reports are made, the platforms will then remove the infringing content. For example, Amazon has a brand registry where you can report trademark violations if someone is selling counterfeit goods or if they are just infringing on your brand by using a similar trademark to yours for related products and services. You submit your complaint, you provide your trademark registration number, and then Amazon takes it from there. Now, why would you go this route instead of filing a lawsuit? The answer is super simple and maybe very obvious, but you're thinking about speed and cost. Lawsuits are expensive, time-consuming, and an incredible headache for any business owner. On the other hand, filing a takedown notice can be done very quickly. It's not very expensive. It may even be free. And platforms often respond and remove infringing content in a matter of days and sometimes even quicker than that. But before you get too excited, there is a catch. While using takedown procedures can be effective, it's not always foolproof. And you have to follow each platform's procedures, and they're not all the same. But some general principles that you should know if you are a brand owner whose trademark is being infringed on one of these platforms. First, you will need a registered trademark. That means having a trademark registration certificate from the United States Patent and Trademark Office. You only get one of these certificates after an incredibly detailed and very thorough review process to determine whether you are entitled to trademark protection. While it is possible for you to gain trademark rights without one of these trademark registration certificates, these platforms will not give you the time of day if you do not have one and are initiating a takedown. And the next big reason why these online takedowns may not be a cakewalk is because you are relying on the platform's discretion, and they may not agree with you that trademark infringement has occurred. There are often cases where platforms do not remove infringing brands, even after the owner of the registered trademark alerts them to the infringement. They really should remove the infringing content once they are alerted by the registered trademark owner, but they often don't. These platforms are turning themselves into informal dispute resolution centers and making decisions passing on the legal rights of brand owners without having the real legal authority to do so because they're not a court. And oftentimes, the platforms are using an algorithm. It's not an actual person who's reviewing each complaint or report of infringement, and the algorithm can produce bizarre results. So if you encounter a site like that, looking at you, Instagram, you may need to escalate your complaint to the official legal department of that platform, and they'll only really take you seriously if you have an attorney representing you. And if that doesn't work, you may need to look at other legal remedies outside of the platform takedown process altogether, such as getting a court order to remove the infringing content in the short term or a trademark infringement suit in the long term. And you will definitely need an attorney for that. But now let's flip the script. What happens if you receive a takedown notice? Imagine this. You are happily running your business and then you get a notice from an online platform like Amazon, GoDaddy, Instagram, Shopify, saying that whatever you've put up has been taken down because you have been accused of trademark infringement. Panic sets in, right? You think maybe my business is about to collapse or I have this massive legal headache I have to deal with now. But take a deep breath. Don't let panic overwhelm you. There may be ways for you to fight back. First, understand that a takedown notice is not a court order. It is a platform responding to someone's claim, and you do have the right to contest the claim. So you may have an opportunity to explain why you believe your use of your trademark does not infringe on the other trademark owner's rights and why your whatever should be allowed to remain up on the platform. Maybe there's no likelihood of confusion between the trademarks. Maybe your use falls under fair use, or maybe the other party doesn't have as strong a case as they believe they do for some other reason. You'll need to provide evidence to back up your counterclaim, such as your own trademark registration or proof that can differentiate your trademark from the one that you are being accused of infringing on. And in your response, stay calm, do not become emotional, focus on the facts, because in the first instance, it might be an algorithm that reviews your response, and if it's highly emotional, it may flag it for bad things. And even if it's a person that reviews your response, they don't really care about your emotions, they want the cold, hard facts, because that's really all that matters in a trademark dispute. If you find that your response is ignored or the platform still sides with the other party and you don't have an attorney involved already, which you should, then now is definitely the time to get an attorney involved. Often having legal representation does make these platforms take you a bit more seriously. And not just the platforms, the other party, and your attorney can help you figure out the appropriate strategy to respond to the claim of infringement. Because once you take a step, you can't untake it. And sometimes those steps can wind up hurting you. So your attorney can help you figure out what next steps to take, whether that is continuing to correspond with the platform or to pursue other legal remedies outside of the platform, such as the courts, or even direct negotiation with the trademark owner who's accusing you of trademark infringement. But here's something you may not hear often. There are risks with the online takedown procedures for trademark infringement, whether you are filing a takedown or whether you have received one. If you are filing takedown notices, you need to make sure you actually have a legal basis to do so, because if you are abusing the system, that can result in really negative legal consequences for you and your business. Filing fraudulent or baseless takedown notices can backfire in serious ways. For one, platforms are becoming more vigilant about abuse of these takedown procedures, and they may sanction or ban accounts that file multiple frivolous takedown notices. Or even worse, the other party, if they have the money and resources to do so, can turn around and sue you for damages because you are interfering with their business. And even if they don't do that, they can blast you everywhere and draw attention to the fact that you are being unreasonable, and that can result in a PR nightmare that tanks the value of your brand. So before you file any takedown notices, you want to make sure that you investigate the facts carefully, and more accurately, have your attorney investigate the facts, because you want to make sure that you have a legal basis to file the takedown, but you also want to make sure that you actually have stronger rights than the other brand, because you may not. Just because you get the trademark registration before someone else does not mean that you have stronger rights in that trademark than the other person. We have a legal system that bases trademark rights on use, and the first party to begin using a trademark in public in more than one state has the strongest legal rights to that trademark. And if that person is not you and is the other party whose brand you're trying to take down, they could potentially turn around and sue you for trademark infringement or try to get your trademark registration canceled. So for all of these reasons, before you even file a takedown notice, it is a good idea to consult with an attorney, because filing a notice when you really shouldn't have can backfire, like I said earlier. But from the other perspective, if you receive a takedown notice, remember that ignoring it comes with significant risks. If you don't respond, the platform may likely agree with the other trademark owner and just remove your brand from their platform. And on top of that, some platforms have policies in place that if your brand is taken off of their platform multiple times, they may suspend your account or permanently ban it. So that's why it's crucial to take prompt action to defend yourself if you receive a takedown notice. Take time with the help of your attorney to figure out whether there is actual trademark infringement, whether it's on a single post or your entire profile. And if as part of that investigation you find that you can adequately defend yourself, be quick to do it within the appropriate time frame, because lots of these platforms have a certain deadline by which you must respond. So let's recap. Whether you are filing a takedown notice or responding to one, you must be thoughtful and strategic in your approach to that problem. First, if you are the one filing, make sure that you are thorough in your claim. Provide clear evidence of your trademark ownership via your trademark registration, and be sure to gather the appropriate evidence of the trademark infringement. Then explain carefully and factually how the other brand is infringing on your trademark. Check your emotions at the door. They don't really matter here. What matters is the facts. Then you want to make sure you're familiar with each platform's specific rules. Amazon's process is different from Instagram, which is different from Shopify, which is different from Etsy. So you want to make sure you tailor your approach to match the platform's requirements. Now, if you're on the receiving end of a takedown, you want to respond quickly. Platforms often give you a limited time frame within which to respond, and you don't want to miss that deadline. In your response, be sure to be concise, to the point, and grounded in the factual reality, because an emotional response is not going to sway anybody. The facts are all that matter here. In both instances, whether you are sending a notice or receiving one, having an attorney in your corner can be invaluable. While you can handle the process on your own, a lawyer can help you make sure that your claim or defense is legally sound and doesn't expose you to unnecessary risks. Plus, having an attorney involved can help the other party realize that you are serious about protecting yourself or defending yourself, and that can often lead to better results and outcomes overall. But what you do not want to do is rely on what I've said here in the summary, because that's all it is, a summary. And as with all summaries, a lot has been left unsaid. So if you need help with a takedown notice issue, be sure to consult with a licensed attorney for assistance. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so the algorithm can do its thing. Be sure to subscribe for more trademark content and to hit the notification bell so you never miss when I post a new video. If you've got thoughts or questions to share, I invite you to put those in the comments. I read and respond to each one personally, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.